and the Spurs lineup as we join our commentary team of Ian St John and Brian Moore.
Yes, thank you, Elton. Significant changes in the Tottenham goal, where Tony Parks takes over from the injured Ray Clements. We've in fact started the game 2 minutes early. We'll try and catch up with the team captions a little later on when there's a lull. Just to tell you that Chris Waddle is in the Spurs side, but Clive Allen is one of the substitutes. And Graham Rix still fails to appear in the Arsenal side. There's the Tottenham side. Such a lot depending on the artistry of ARDILES in the midfield, of course, and Close and Klassen, the two men up front. And for Arsenal, no Graham Rix on the left side of midfield. Klassen trying to get in here quickly, and he's done it! Klassen has scored for Tottenham. In the first minute of the game, even before the proper kick-off time, in fact, 2:34 the clock says, and the kick-off isn't supposed to be until 2:35, and Spurs have got off to a stunning start. Ian St John?
Well, you have to say it was a bad mistake by Tony Adams. As Lukic came out, Tony Adams hesitated, and Klassen nipped in to knock it past the keeper.
Fairclough away. Adams again. Richardson. And Fairclough with Groves in the air. Smith trying to come in. Mabert trying to nickel it away and gets it to ARDILES. And Waddle gets his first touch. Let me just explain to you, I have to say that I'm sorry, but we don't have the advantage either of slow motion this afternoon. We're sorry that we're not able to offer you action replays. This is because of an industrial dispute at London Weekend. So in a way, we're in the same boat as the referee. Just one look, and we have to make up our minds. One look at that goal by Nico Klassen then that puts Spurs in the lead in the opening minute of this 101st North London derby. Mitchell Thomas. Klassen's 9th goal of the season, and he's really in tremendous form. That's 5 in the last 4 games for Tottenham. This is Paul Allen. Now Waddle. Oh, lovely touch as Gary Stevens takes it on now for Tottenham. This is young Sean Close. Waddle. Brought down unfairly by Adams. As Ian was saying, it was a tentative challenge by Tony Adams that allowed Klassen, who is so quick, the Belgian international, to get in with that shot over Lukic. Now a free kick for Tottenham. Waddle driving it high into the crowd. It's not a capacity crowd here at White Hart Lane today, but it's one that's buoyed up with all sorts of anticipation with these two sides in the top 6. John Lukic. Remember that Arsenal have won their last 7 games, and until they arrived here in those 7 games, they'd not so much conceded a goal. And indeed, Lukic has only had to pick the ball out of the net 5 times in 12 games. And then in a matter of seconds, the man chasing after it now for Tottenham puts it past him. So quite a novel experience then for Arsenal to concede a goal. Now let's see how they can fight. Alan Smith chasing this one, but Mabert, full of those competitive instincts, gets it back to Tony Parks. What a stirring start. Up goes O'Leary. Fairclough. Steve Williams. Williams again, who's in tremendous form. ROCASTLE now on the far side for Arsenal. 1-1! An astonishing start to the derby. 2 goals in 4 minutes. And ROCASTLE makes it 1-1.
Well, what a superb pass it was by Williams. Brian, a really you know, well-timed, well-judged pass into the path of ROCASTLE, and again a young man just took it forward there and placed it by the keeper. As you said, what an amazing start to this derby.
And Williams, who's been in tremendous form this season for Arsenal, he's been getting rave reviews wherever he's gone. And what a send-off then for the derby game. 1-1. Two typical pieces of finishing by the men concerned. Klassen, who's so quick, and ROCASTLE, who is so calculated.
Well, marvellous goals. I mean, it's when I say marvellous goal, that second one was. The first one, of course, was a real opportunist goal by a striker, Brian.
Now Stevens for Tottenham. A miscue and a throw for Arsenal. Spurs, who've won their last 14 at home. Arsenal, who, as I said, until they came here, had won their last 7. And as George Graham, the Arsenal manager, said before the start, these are such one-off occasions that past records count for nothing. And really the whole game has been turned upside down in these opening minutes. Here's Williams again, beaten that time for the ball. And Kevin Richardson on the far side. It's Hodge. Close.
It's an interesting team selection, Close coming in for Clive Allen, Brian, because, I mean, Allen's fit to be a substitute, and if you're fit to be a substitute, you're fit to play. So I think David Pleat has decided that maybe Close is a man to play with Klassen today.
I think he's very keen on the combination of Close and Klassen, but I think he also feels that Clive Allen, who's been out for a little while, may not last the full 90 minutes. Davis. Richardson. That's out of play. That's a Tottenham throw.
Well, getting back to that point, Brian, if you're a substitute, I mean, you could come on in the first 5 minutes of the game, so, you know, I would always say that if you're fit to be a substitute, then you're fit to play the 90 minutes.
Well, there's the man who's in, 21-year-old Sean Close from Islington, which, of course, is Arsenal territory. Beaten in the air that time by Sanson. Paul Davis. Sanson again, the Arsenal skipper. Characteristic left foot curling cross of his. Richardson, it deflected. Fairclough didn't get it away, and down goes Fox.
It was significant there that Tottenham didn't get that ball clear in their blind, and I would think that today Arsenal will be thinking of trying to find Smith with cross balls, and he could do a bit of damage there.
Close versus Adams. Adams winning that quite comfortably. Balls for Waddle, though. Paul Allen. Get it through to Close. Tony Adams again. Williams. Hodge quickly getting in there. And the ball running loose for Tony Adams for Arsenal. It was Klassen back after him doing a recovery job. Ardiles brought down by Adams. A free kick for Tottenham. Always pounding games, these London derbies, full of pace and anxiety and determination and skill, and today goals as well, and Lukic can't get to it. Devastating cross put in there by Mitchell Thomas, always tempting the keeper to come, and even with the long arms of Lukic he couldn't get to it. Richardson, Perry Groves, pace out there is electric, and it's challenging too. Williams nodding it on, and Mabbutt gets it back. Davis. Sanson. Alan Smith. Trying to get Groves away. Parks right out of his goal. Offside against Groves. close. Allen. Thomas. Got round Rocastle beautifully. Looking for somebody to show themselves for him, and Rocastle was back. And now Rocastle for Arsenal. To Williams. Smith waiting in the middle. Fairclough. Tottenham skipper. Taking over now that Richard Goff has gone to Scotland. That ball there by Waddle, quite easily cut out by Adams. Davis, captained the England under-21s in midweek and scored. Rocastle looks so assured. A little ball by Richardson for Groves. Richardson, another neat little ball played by him, this time for Kenny Sanson. Now Rocastle again. On for Williams. And Spurs could have been in trouble there, it seemed.
But good football by Arsenal, Brian. You know, they're knocking the ball around, as both teams are. I mean, it's been a real class start to the match. Both sides playing good football, trying to, you know, get their attacks going by playing the ball on the ground. Very good stuff. Actually, when I think about it, the games that we've watched this season, Tottenham and Arsenal, they haven't been classics, have they? And I thought today, both teams weren't really in the form they were last year, and yet, the start of this game anyway, both of them were playing terrific.
Allen. And Fairclough. First lull we've had since the game kicked off at 2:33. Thomas. Straight to Michael Thomas. So a free kick for Arsenal. To be taken by Steve Williams. And Arsenal with their three big men lined up. This is a ploy they often use, and they spring from the edge of the box, and it might fall to any one of them, depending on where the ball is delivered. Davis playing it forward, and then Smith caught offside. Noticed that before with me, and they have three big men, O'Leary, Adams and Smith there on the edge of the box. So when those free kicks and corners are played in, one goes to the near post, one to the far post, and one to the middle. And I'm just wondering, Tony Parks, at the books say 5'11", I just wonder whether he's got the inches to cope with that sort of aerial challenge this afternoon.
Well, I'm sure the Arsenal have discussed that, Brian, and they do work a lot at free kicks and corner kicks. So I would expect Parks to be put under a little bit of pressure with that.
What I'm trying to say, I think, is that Parks is not the biggest of goalkeepers. He's a very, very good shot stopper. A confident young man as well, but not the biggest. ARDILES. Allen. Good play here by Tottenham. Offside against Klassen. No doubt about it. About a yard or so. But it was a lovely little build-up there by Spurs, as Klassen sportingly brings the ball back. Davis. Adams. And now Sean Close. Almost got that through to Hodge. O'Leary was there. Rocastle, Smith, and a break by the fullback now. Thomas. And a brilliant goal by Michael Thomas. And Arsenal 2-1 into the lead.
Well, Arsenal catching Tottenham there on the break, Brian, and again I thought Fairclough was playing everybody onside when the ball was played through. So Thomas, Fairclough was playing him on, but he's just steamed through there and crashed it, almost identical actually to Rocastle's goal.
Three goals now in the opening 14 minutes. You've just joined us. And the action has been so fast and furious, and with the three goals coming, if you have just joined us, you've missed so much. me just remind you again that sadly we have no slow motion replays for you today because of an industrial dispute. Groves. Free kick to Tottenham. It says a lot, doesn't it, for the calibre and the confidence of George Graham's side that they should go down so quickly and yet have recovered so completely within a quarter of an hour. Ian.
Well, it's a stunning recovery, and I mean, nobody would have predicted that, because when Tottenham got that early goal, usually in instances like that, it's a real body blow, and you wouldn't think they would come back. But there you are, 2 cracking goals, and they're now 2-1 up.
Fairclough. ARDILES. Challenged unfairly from behind, he thought, by Steve Williams. The referee suspected as well, because he's gone to have a word with Williams, but no free kick. Adams up well. Little fall for Waddle. And Arsenal are working so hard, so feverishly, in fact, as Waddle was deciding what to do, there were no fewer than 4 red and white shirts around him. The throw's gone the other way, presumably because ARDILES didn't take it from the right spot. And ARDILES still arguing the toss with referee Martin. And, as they say, feelings running high. Goes Fairclough, head and shoulders above Smith then. In goes Davis, there was Fairclough again, now Sanson. Now he might get to Rocastle, and Perry Groves is in there, and Parks down to save. Adams. Side flag on this side. Free kick to Tottenham. Stevens, Tony Adams, Kevin Richardson, and Tottenham throw. Chris Waddle, ARDILES. Hodge on the far side there. Rocastle gone right back to help out, and Thomas makes the clearance and finds Alan Smith. The lad they bought from Leicester, Perry Groves offside. Well, Hodge almost looked as though he was capable of getting in behind there. And Adams, in the end, hacks it away. Picking up Waddle, played in quickly. O'Leary first to react for Arsenal. Fairclough meeting it for Tottenham. Here's O'Leary following it through. Plenty of red and white up. Kevin Richardson towards Groves, but Mitchell Thomas there for Tottenham. All played by Richardson for Sanson. The charge is on again, and Spurs once again lucky to survive. Smith didn't really get a touch on that one.
Good attacking play by Arsenal. Again, Kenny Sampson involved in that one, Brian, and getting forward well, Kenny. And every time Arsenal attack at the moment, the Spurs defence look very, very rocky.
Sampson with a throw. Again, it's Ken Sanson. This is crossing towards Groves. So they seem to be carving right gaps, huge gaps on both sides of the central defenders of Tottenham, both left and right.
Well, that's right, but I think that the Arsenal midfield are dominating at the moment. Stevie Williams in there and Paul Davis. They're doing a great job, and I think they're commanding the middle of the field, and all the attacks are stemming from there.
Adams. Waddle playing it on for Stevens. It'll be an Arsenal throw. Ardiles. Stevens. Waddle. Close, operating on the left-hand side. Mitchell Thomas. Faced by ROCASTLE, who got the ball out of play. And it'll be an Arsenal throw, in fact, which Michael Thomas takes. O'Leary. Thomas. And now Groves. Williams outside him. Over on this side is Richardson. Sanson. Beautifully picked out there, Davis for ROCASTLE. Michael Thomas, scorer of Arsenal's second goal, and that was his third this season. Hodge. Offside flag against Klassen. Looking to get just that yard. Arsenal do play an offside game with great discipline. It does tend to frustrate so many sides. They push their back four up almost to the centre line as Richardson hits one over the crossbar there. Former Everton and Watford player, Geordie. Coming up to halfway through the first half, if you've just joined us. Tremendous start to this London derby. Spurs 1, Arsenal 2. Richardson. Davis. 50 bit of play. Got Sean Close waiting through the middle there. Hodge was away on the left, but the outstretched leg of Michael Thomas stopped it, and Groves is offside.
The Groves has been caught half a dozen times offside, Brian. I think if he timed his run a little bit better, you know, that ball over the top would bear more fruition.
Thomas. Fairclough. Speedy Klassen outside him. There's Klassen. Hodge offside on the far side.
Arsenal play that offside so well, don't they? I mean, they're really very, very tight back four, Brian, and they hold the line, and if you run too early, then you get caught in that offside trap.
I think it's a thing that's worried David Pleat a lot in the preparation for this game, and I think his aim was to get as many people as he could wide and behind them. And that's why I thought Waddle might have a really important part to play. Sean Close getting some running repairs.
I think if Waddle's going to do anything, his ability to take people on rather than be playing balls to lads who are running into offside positions is go on your own.
It's Tony Adams for Arsenal. O'Leary. Williams. Well, he just deflected off a Tottenham defender, but he scored an absolutely scorching goal against Oxford United last week at Highbury. From that sort of range too. First corner. And Williams with it. O'Leary at the near post. A real test for Tony Parks here. Maybe not. Davis. O'Leary. And Parks down to gather. So we're saying the 101st North London derby, Arsenal 40 wins, Spurs 39. It could hardly be closer. Arsenal looking to stretch that lead to 2. And if Nico Klassen's got anything to do with it, though. Richardson. Tottenham throw. 2-1 to Arsenal. Waddle. Plenty of Arsenal players back once more. It comes to Sean Close. Just look how little space, and just look at the red and white shirts. They're swarming around Close, and O'Leary coming away with it. Finding Smith. And then Williams. And again Groves caught offside, and again, as Ian was saying a moment ago, if his run had been timed a little better, some of those balls over the top would be quite devastating. But as a side, they're working so hard, Ian, aren't they? Very much so, and as I say, when they win the ball, you know, they come out quickly as well, Brian. You know, they come out to back up their attack, and that's why you're getting waves of red jerseys coming forward. Richardson. Thomas. Hodge. Brought down by ROCASTLE, a free kick. Really seen the best of Steve Hodge here at Tottenham, I think. But it's ARDILES at the moment. Nice little back heel, crossed in by Waddle towards Paul Allen. And a corner conceded by Tony Adams. And Tottenham get their first corner of the game. Waddle will take it. Mitchell Thomas very prominent in the Arsenal penalty area, 6 foot plus. Not a lot of height in this Tottenham side. And Lukic, who stands 6'4", just palming that one away for another corner. Waddle making an 80-yard run across the pitch to take that one, Brian. I never quite understand that. It's Fairclough with the throw for Tottenham. And a throw then to Arsenal. Now Sanson. Now Klassen. just kept it in. Adams, it's pumped. Offside again against Perry Groves. Waddle to Stevens.
Spurs appear to be running out of ideas at this stage of the game, Brian. Again, I think it's because that the Arsenal are holding them well, and you know, they hold their line and make sure that if somebody runs from a deep position, then they're picked up. If not, then they're offside. So, you know, it's getting the man on the ball, the Tottenham player on the ball, is getting caught in two minds.
Also say it's not very easy for our technicians today with that huge shadow right across the ground. I think certainly the forecast that I heard, we were promised quite a fair amount of rain. What we've got is a day straight out of July.
This is the warmest we've ever been in a gantry.
I think it must be. But here's Paul Allen trying to bring it away for Tottenham. And the free kick in fact goes Arsenal's way. Williams will take. 32 minutes gone, Arsenal leading 2-1. Richardson pulling away here. And looking hopefully for some support, gets a throw for Arsenal. Sanson hurled one in long and quickly, it reaches Smith, and in the end has to be hacked away by Maverick to safety for another corner.
That long throw comes in handy, doesn't it, from Kenny Sanson?
Also, he saw his moment and really hurled it in quickly. It's a corner which Steve Williams will take. O'Leary up at the near post, as you can see. Mitchell Thomas is there, Gary Stevens is there in front of him, and so too is Richardson and Waddle. So it's not easy for Tony Parks there, but he catches it splendidly. And the throw finds Waddle. Comes down as a bit of a obstruction there by Richardson, but they certainly prevented Stevens getting the ball away, and Tottenham get the free kick. Abbott. And out by Thomas. Stevens. Waddle, nicely played in again. And the last pass wasn't quite good enough. It's Waddle, who injured his foot in England's international in Düsseldorf. He played one game since then, the Littlewoods Cup game at Torquay, and really didn't show up particularly well. And this is his first game since then. Arsenal's throw. Davis. ROCASTLE playing it in towards Smith, just a fraction too high for him. Played inside for Sanson, hit first time! Ball is curling just wide of that far post. But again, a lovely, sharp piece of thinking by Kenny Sanson.
And a good ball by Smith. Terrific ball by Smith. But Kenny's getting up there, he's getting involved in everything, all the attacks. And I mean, that was a beautiful chip. It was only inches past the far post.
Davis. Nice control. Sanson. Adams. Another side that mean business at the moment, Arsenal. Free kick to Spurs. About 8 minutes to go to the interval. Spurs 1, Arsenal 2. Lovely ball by ROCASTLE, finding Michael Thomas. Cut out there by Mitchell Thomas. And now Paul Allen. Oh, a delightful ball played through to ARDILES. And he ran straight into trouble. Richardson. Fairclough. Stevens. ARDILES. Out of play.
Well, all the youngsters in midfield for Arsenal really hustling little Aussie today. They're not letting him settle on the ball at all. And a good ploy too, because, I mean, if he gets time, he can still play.
I think the worrying thing maybe from Tottenham's point of view is whether Aussie will last a full 90 minutes at this sort of pace. He is again on the ball, the 35-year-old. Now Steve Hodge. Referee falls over. Hodge goes on. Mitchell Thomas on the far side. A good-looking cross coming in, but again Tony Adams there. It's only as far as Waddle. Scorching a left foot drive in, and Lukic was quite casual the way, having lost it in the first place, was able to pick it up again as Hodge came in. Little Aussie ARDILES, as I'm saying, 35 years old, but he says his mind feels good, and it's up there that really matters. Doesn't matter about the legs.
Well, having said that, Brian, that's the one thing that goes in any football, and that is the legs. And once the legs stop going, then you can't get to the ball.
I think what he probably meant was that 35 doesn't mean anything if you don't think about it too much here.
I mean, he's still a smashing little player. I'm not saying that, but the youngsters in the midfield here for Arsenal are outgunning him today.
Davis doing a bit of the outgunning and finding Kevin Richardson. And Davis going on with his run as well, but Fairclough there for Tottenham. Sanson, we've already seen that his long throws can cause trouble. This time it's a shorter one that finds Richardson. Foot cross again, cut out by Fairclough. Williams. Delightful ball by Steve Williams. Sanson on the end of it. Who can get on the end of this one? Groves jumping too early, in fact. And it'll be a Tottenham throw.
Well, I must say that Stevie Williams is having a fantastic game. I haven't actually seen him play as well as this for a number of years, Brian. I remember when he was at Southampton, we all felt then, you know, he was a real class player and would play for England. But then, you know, we went to Arsenal, never quite fulfilled that promise. But I think now, this season, he's playing probably as well as he's ever done in his life.
I think there's just that question mark about his temperament, isn't there? You
well,
know?
that's, yes, but again, today he seems to be keeping control of his temper.
Now Waddle. ARDILES. Waddle. ARDILES. Oh, he didn't give Maverick much time there. And it was Williams who was getting involved.
Yeah, I was just talking about.
Yeah.
But having said that, I mean, he went chasing the ball, and he went to 2 or 3 players chasing after the ball, and was doing a good job as a midfield player. He was putting the Tottenham players under pressure.
And ARDILES getting involved there as the referee wants to show a yellow card to Steve Williams. What I noticed, and I may have been wrong, Ian, was that as he came away from that, he just shoved his shoulder either into ARDILES or to Maverick as he walked away from that. And Steve Williams gets the yellow card.
Well, I've thought maybe a harsh decision on that.
3 minutes to the interval. Arsenal 2-1 ahead. Gary Maverick with the free kick. Klassen. Fairclough forward, Mitchell Thomas forward, and Gary Maverick forward. Just Waddle with it. Turning out towards Maverick. And clutched by Lukic. Fairclough. Allen. Williams. Smith jumping and Fairclough taking it. Good little ball there. Picking out Paul Allen. Here's Waddle on the far side now, operating down the left. And a flag up on the far side for an offside against Klassen. Thomas. Tony Clark's was in because of Ray Clemence's groin injury, although Ray, I think, is very anxious to get himself fit again to play for what should be an excellent game at Nottingham Forest next Saturday against that fast-rising Forest side. Front for Tottenham, I think. So with a link with Nottingham Forest, John Metholt might be going into hospital tomorrow for a little operation on a groin injury. Close. Hodge. Good ball there. Best piece of work Steve Hodge has done so far this afternoon, and he's found Nico Klassen. Got a chip by him. Paul Allen at the far side, had it knocked off the top of his head. And a corner right at the end of the first half for Tottenham. With Arsenal leading 2-1, And Spurs pull something back right on the interval. This is aimed towards Mabbutt, who gets the header in, but it's wide. Your impressions of the first half, Ian?
Well, been a cracking game altogether. Good first half. I think Arsenal deserve to be 2-1 in front. They've played, I think, the better football, more attacking football. Seem to have had more ideas in Tottenham, and I think they justify going in at half-time winning.
There we are, the half-time whistle. This North London derby, with all the goals coming in the opening 14 minutes. Spurs scoring in the first minute through Nico Klaassen, and then David Rocastle and Michael Thomas replying for Arsenal. After the break, we should be getting the news of Elton Wellesby with Liam Brady. We've got one or two other surprises for you as well. That's after the break.
Just about the most eventful 45 minutes since the introduction of live league games on television, I think. Liam Brady with me, of course, and we'd no sooner finished talking about Arsenal's impregnable defence at the start of the show. 41 seconds later, they throw away a goal.
Yeah, what a start. Really, it's the only time Spurs have penetrated the Arsenal defence, and that was a bad back pass by Williams, and Adams didn't deal with it. And Klaassen was very quick to realise the situation and lobbed the ball over Lukic.
The pace of the game is really quite frenetic, isn't it?
Yes, well, I think that goal added to that. Arsenal then had to come out and play, and they did so very well indeed. Really, they've dominated the game in every department, and I think 2-1 is a scoreline that flatters Spurs. Really, Arsenal could be even more goals ahead.
Of course, Liam, one of the things that you'll be doing today for us is presenting this bottle of champagne, a new feature on the Big Match Live this season. The Barclays Man of the Match Award to be selected by our studio guest. Now, if you were picking it at this stage with 45 minutes to go, who would it be?
Well, that's a hell of a question. You know, as I've said, Arsenal are dominating the game in every department, so it could be any number of players. I think Stevie Williams is having a particularly good game. If only he wouldn't create so much aggravation, he'd be a far better player as far as I'm concerned. Davis is having a tremendous game, and Rocastle, what a goal he scored. After a few minutes, you know, he was put clean through, he kept his head and chipped a little ball over Parks, so it could be any number of players. I think I'll wait till the end before I decide.
Well, we'll definitely wait till the end. What about Spurs? What have they got to do now to get back into this match?
Well, I noticed that Waddle came across and played down the left-hand side in the last few minutes. I think that's what they have to do. I think they have to strengthen up their midfield, maybe bring this Samways on and push Allen out on the right, play against Sasson, and bring Waddle out on the left. I don't think Hodge and Mitchell Thomas were having a particularly good time down that side, so I think Fleet will have to do something.
Might make changes, Liam. Yeah. Thanks very much indeed. We will talk again. Well, before the match, the two crowd pullers for next week were introduced to the crowd here at White Hart Lane, a big crowd this afternoon. The heavyweights, Joe Bugner and Frank Bruno. Now, Bugner wouldn't stay, that's all part of the hype. But Big Frank did, and he's talking to Jim Rosenthal right now.
Now then, Frank, you've got a terrific reception before the start of this match. You must be really looking forward to coming here to White Hart Lane and fighting in earnest.
I can't wait, Jim. Can't wait to be going on this. Can't wait.
Now, what have you made of the first half? I know you're not a big football fan. You must have enjoyed what you've seen out there, though.
Yeah, the pace is very fast for football. Very, very fast. I hope it keeps that speed up the second half.
I know you come a bit from the east of London, as it were. Do you favour either Spurs or Arsenal?
I'll keep it neutral, you know. I support both of them.
Right. I remember playing with you last season up in Gateshead there when I was your manager.
Right.
And you got a bit banged up in that game, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got a dead leg, and I still got a dead leg from that game.
What about yourself as a footballer? You played a bit earlier on, didn't you?
Yeah, I was more strength than skill, to put it quite bluntly.
Now, next weekend, if you win, you're going to face...
When I win, Jim.
When you win.
Yeah.
Right, I should have rephrased that, shouldn't I? You got Mike Tyson then, and you saw what Mike Tyson did to Tyrrell Biggs.
Yeah.
What did he make of that fight?
A brilliant performance, you know, because Big ain't nobody's fault.
But you would still happily go in there with Tyson, would you?
Yeah, I'll take one step at a time, you know, but I would love to, yeah.
And next week, it's very clear here, you're the good guy and Big Bugner is the bad guy.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that. The crowd said it for itself.
We look forward to seeing you in earnest here next Saturday.
Thanks very much, Jim. Cheers. Hello there.
Frank Bruno. We're going to take a break right now. Know what I mean?
Ray Clements are all set to go for the second half. Spurs will be looking for a great improvement.
Yes, got a good start, but fell away a little bit there in the first half. But I'm sure that the pep talk from David Pleat there will have pushed them out there, and they'll be going to get an equaliser at least in this second half.
Thanks for that quick comment. We've got to rejoin Brian Moore.
Fine.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Raymond. 2-1 then to Arsenal as we start the second half here at White Hart Lane. Long ball forward from Tony Adams. Here's Rocastle. He does love this White Hart Lane ground. Remember, it was his telling goal right at the death in that Littlewoods Cup semi-final that knocked out Spurs as he finds Thomas, and for a moment that Groves was getting in there, but it's Mitchell Thomas now away for Tottenham. To Hodge. It'll be a throw to Arsenal.
I thought maybe Tottenham would change the formation around half-time, Brian. I thought maybe Clive Allen would have come on, but it's something David Pleat must have in his mind, isn't it? At some stage during the second half.
Without any doubt, and I think if it stays this way, he will certainly bringing on the little midfield player, Vinny Samways, who's made such an impression over the last 2 or 3 games he's played for Tottenham. That's right. We've seen how well the young Arsenal midfielders, as you rightly said, in the first half have performed. I fancy Samways might well make quite an impression here if he comes on for Tottenham. Well, that's a dilemma for those in the Tottenham box. In the meantime, it's Chris Fairclough then with the free kick for Tottenham. Offside against Klassen. Having said all that, it's been an excellent Arsenal performance.
Oh yes, I mean, I don't suppose that you know, had Spurs their full side out, they could have done much against them in that first half. They played ever so well also.
Groves on the far side, and the throw to Tottenham Hotspur. Who've certainly been in the headlines again today. One back page lead saying that Mark Hughes is on his way to White Hart Lane, another one saying that Mick Harford of Luton is on his way here. More of that in just a moment. Davis. David Pleat told me before the game, you can discount both. I've not been in touch with Barcelona, I've not been in touch with Luton.
It makes good Sunday morning reading, of course, doesn't it, around the breakfast table.
I can understand the speculating, because there's no doubt that Spurs have got a few pounds in the bank now, with Hoddle having gone and Richard Goff having gone, and David Pleat, I think, will probably move in his own good time. I would no doubt he would be looking very strongly to reinforce this squad, but in his own time. Equally, the other headlines that we've seen here, there's about Clive Allen going to Bayern Munich. There's been absolutely no contact with Bayern. And that Ozzy Ardiles wants to leave Spurs. In fact, he's negotiating another contract with them.
Are you trying to tell me the press are getting it wrong?
I would have thought one or two Spurs fans must be a little bewildered by all the headlines, and maybe that's helped to put some of it right. In the meantime, it's Smith now. Richardson. Sanson, nice little cross in there towards Paul Davis. It needed some strong last-ditch defending by Chris Fairclough to keep them at bay then. But it's Arsenal who get the corner.
Again, Kenny Sansom up there in the attack and get a good crosser.
He's had a sparkling game. That's Steve Williams. Corner for Arsenal, headed away by Waddle. Clive Allen doing a bit of warming up on the far side for Tottenham. Gary Stevens with his header. Thomas to Waddle. back into this sort of space on this side. Paul Allen trying to get there first, but it'll fall for Hodge instead. And then Ardiles. A shrewd little ball played by Ardiles now for Allen. I don't think Ardiles wants to get to that one. But he doesn't give Mitchell Thomas much of a chance to get there. But nonetheless, it falls to Klassen. Well, for a snapshot, it was moving just a little in the air, but Lukic very comfortably behind it. Oh, slip up there by Gary Stevens. Groves, for once, not offside. Thanks, Davis. Nice little ball there, but I don't think Kevin Richardson will get to it. Useful utility man to have, Kevin Richardson, with the experience that he had at Everton and Watford, to come in as a squad player, really. And now with Graham Ricks injured, he's there doing a good job down that left side of midfield. Tony Parks with the goal kick for Tottenham. Thomas. Arsenal still leading by 2 goals to 1. Abbott. Ardiles. Tony Parks. Just back from a period of loan at Gillingham in the 3rd division. A bit muddled out there at the moment. Can Waddle bring some order to it all? Well, that's not a bad start. The ball straight to Mitchell Thomas, but Thomas having no time to collect as Rocastle came in. Healers. Twisted little run of his, close. Waddle. Spurs have got a few forward, and again the Arsenal offside. Work to treat. Such a dangerous game to play, isn't it, in those sort of areas when you've got people as quick as Klassen facing you.
It is, but it's so frustrating to play against as well, Brian, because you feel you've caught them. Because if you're in the line, you're offside. There's many forward think, well, I'm okay, I'm in line, but up goes the flag.
Kevin Richardson. Gary Groves. Steve Williams. O'Leary. Waddle. Thomas. Klassen. He got the better of Adams. The cross coming in and close. Can't get up there. And it'll be a goal kick.
When the balls get played in like that, Brian, and Klassen broke on the right, young Close with total inexperience, in the penalty box. You wonder, had Clive Allen been there, just what position he might have taken up there, because it was a very inviting ball.
Abbott winning it well in the air again. Williams, Rocastle. There by Mitchell Thomas, but you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. The sun was very strongly in his eyes at that point. Smith couldn't quite keep it in play. It'll be a Tottenham throw. And we haven't had quite the blistering start to the second half that we had in the first, when we got 3 goals in the opening 14 minutes. Davis with the free kick. Tony Adams has gone up for this one, and Smith there as well. It's a good-looking cross there. Smith was in there with a good header, and also well taken by Parks.
He certainly didn't have an awful lot of time to spot that one, the goalkeeper there, Brian, because a good header from close in by Smith.
Hodge. No foul. Smith again. Smith challenged unfairly that time by Hodge, who I think was a little aggrieved that he didn't get a free kick his way just a moment before.
Correct.
It's the old revenge motive again, Ian.
But that wasn't any worse than Williams before in the first half.
It's Arsenal's free kick as Steve Hodge gets another little lecture from referee John Martin from Hampshire. Williams playing it in, an offside flag up again. A number of offsides now at both ends are just for the moment taking the shine off the game. Chris Fairclough. Stevens. Just a little bogged down at the moment, Tottenham. Williams, an almost lethargic, casual sort of ball play, but it was inch perfect for Perry Groves. It's a goal kick. Just remind London football fans that there is another game here on Tuesday night, a testimonial game for Tony Galvin, formerly of Spurs, now of course with Sheffield Wednesday. Spurs against West Ham, and in the Spurs side I gather Ricky Villa and Steve Archibald, who was introduced to the crowd at half-time. That's Tuesday night. Michael Thomas playing it forward again towards Alan Smith. Free kick this time to Tottenham. Ardiles wanting it, taken fairly quickly. Free kick now to Arsenal.
The game gone off the boil a bit, Brian, since half-time. I hope Arsenal are not going to be satisfied just to sit in this. I'd like to see them, really play the way they played in the first half and go for another goal, because I think if they did, they'd get one.
Adams towards Smith, again winning a useful ball in the air, but Mitchell Thomas getting it away. Again, almost a casual little flick there by Steve Williams. He's really been impressive in so much of what he's done today. Signs of a change being made in the Spurs team. Kenny Samways is stripped off and ready to come on, and we think it might be for Sean Close. That's a goal kick. Indeed, the substitution now being made. It's Sean Close who goes off, and 18-year-old Kenny Samways, lad from Bethnal Green, comes on. Splendid little midfield player. And he's really only had, and it's quite interesting, he's had a few southeastern counties games, but only a handful of reserve games, and then straight into the first team. Saw him up at Manchester United earlier this season.
Well, I saw him a few weeks ago against Sheffield Wednesday, and he was outstanding. He was the best player in the park for Spurs that day.
Abbott's getting it away. Williams driving it in, way over the top.
So he's obviously a boy with a lot of talent, Brian, but I'm surprised really that the change that was made there, because it looks to me as if they're going to play with 5 in midfield again and just leave Klassen up the field on his own.
Well, it was a tactic that did them proud for so long last season, of course, wasn't it, when Clive Allen was scoring goals just with his eyes shut almost. It meant that 4 or 5 different people could spring from the midfield, and that's really what Spurs need to do at the moment. They need to put a bit of pressure on Arsenal at the back. And what the Spurs manager David Pleat has called the meanest defence in the league. Well, Samway's first touch was not that impressive, and Williams now spreading it wide to Kevin Richardson. Ardiles. Waddle. Very deep position. I think the Spurs fans would like to see Waddle playing a much more prominent forward role. Adams gets it back quite comfortably to Lukic, who really, since that opening minute aberration when Arsenal conceded the goal, Lukic really had so little to do. Samways. Ardiles. Fairclough. Given away again. Sanson. Abbott doing the right sort of work at the back. At the moment, Richardson is taking a little bit of a knock, but here's Perry Groves again for Arsenal. That's a free kick right on the edge of the box. The foul by Gary Wick-Stevens. Forward comes O'Leary, forward comes Adams to join Alan Smith. And there are the 3 big men. Just got a quick glimpse of them there, who could well launch themselves at the Steve Williams free kick. Driven in. And a corner for Arsenal. So Williams with this corner. Oh, the good one in there. It was Paul Allen's header that got Spurs out of a bit of a trouble, and Ardiles' his knee that very nearly put them back in it.
It was a good spot by the referee.
I think it was right. That came off Ardiles. Davis with it. O'Leary again at the near post. Richardson there with him. Perry Groves at the far post. Adams and Rocastle and Smith waiting to launch themselves as Davis floats that one in there, and again good judgment by Tony Cox. Forever remembered, of course, for a magnificent penalty save he made in that very goal against Anderlecht in the UEFA Cup final, back in 1984, that won that title for Spurs. Been impressed by this young fullback, Ian. I should think George Graham must have wondered when Viv Anderson went to Manchester United whether he might have to splash out a little bit, but I think Michael Thomas has probably given him the answer to that.
Oh, he's fitted the bill excellently, hasn't he?
Michael Thomas, who had a little loan period with Portsmouth last season. Now, let's see what Spurs can do. It's Vinnie Samways for them. Waddle.
And there again, you see Ryan, the red jerseys hustling the ball, winning it in midfield there. Good pressure.
And here come Arsenal now with Paul Davis. Sanson on the outside. A little left foot cross again. Mabbutt on the end of it. Fairclough getting it away as far as Ardiles, and now Waddle. Played inside for Paul Allen. Ardiles again. Mabbott right up there. And they get it through, but the flag is up for an offside. Ardiles gets it into the net, but the flag is up, and it will not count.
What a goal that would have been. There must have been a dozen passes involved in that Spurs build-up. All lovely flowing football. A little Aussie right in the heart of it, getting the goal. A big disappointment, it was given offside.
Indeed, little Aussie right at the back as well as Mabbott, and yet they were the two who really made things happen on the edge of the other penalty area. And here's Mabbott underneath this one. Thomas. Smith. Foul by Allen on Alan Smith, a free kick to Arsenal. Williams behind this one. 3 men in the Tottenham wall. Davis also close at hand, plays it to ROCASTLE, played in once more, and in fact it was Tony Adams. Very well worked free kick there. Arsenal very sensitive about anybody from the media watching practices while he's training when they practice their set pieces, Ian.
Well,
keep them under wraps.
I mean, it's okay having set pieces planned, but it's execution on the day, isn't it? I mean, if you give a bad ball in, you could practice all week, but it's up to the players playing.
Stopped it from looking for a moment as though that would have to be a corner given by Mitchell Thomas, but he corrected himself quickly. Now Samways. And they just seem at the moment incapable of breaking out Tottenham. Allen. Fairclough. Waddle. Hodge trying to get in behind them. The flag stays down, but ROCASTLE was back doing some good work for Arsenal and then turned away from trouble and found Paul Davis. And now Richardson with Smith and Groves up front, staying on side at the moment. Taking a clip on the right leg. Stevens. It's now with Richardson. Halfway through the second half, and Arsenal is still leading 2-1, and a goal kick to Tottenham. I think Arsenal about to make a substitution as well. They're going to take off their number 10 Perry Groves and bring Martin Hayes on. So Groves goes away. Caught offside quite a few times in the first half, but a good battler with a good record. But a man coming on with an even better record, Martin Hayes, who scored 24 times for Arsenal last season, although 12 of them came from the penalty spot. A good, strong runner down that left flank. Gary Stevens. Ardiles. Klassen. Gary Stevens. Ardiles caught offside. Tony Adams. You get the impression that that blistering first 14 minutes was proving a very hard act for them to follow, actually, Ian. Well, except that when it's balanced like this at 2-1, you never ever know.
Well, that's right. I mean, it was an electric start to the game. and obviously they couldn't keep that pace up. But I think in the second half it's more of Arsenal, I feel, you know, just hanging on to what they've got. And Tottenham, up to now anyway, don't seem to have the ideas to break them down.
High towards Klassen. But even higher was Tony Adams. Thomas. Hodge. Free kick to Tottenham. Thomas. Again, it's a Tottenham throw. Samways. Allen. Ardiles. Oh, a little back heel. Paul Allen. Flag was up, though. Flag was up.
Little Ardiles was fully involved in the second half, Brian. I mean, of all the Tottenham players, you know, he's putting every effort into the game trying to retrieve it.
Stevens, just the first faint signs also, Ian, that they are getting a few of their midfield forwards into fairly advanced positions, as they did so often with 5 in midfield last season. Here's Ardiles again. Here's Samways. Well, you see, here's Paul Allen on the far side, and it was Allen who had the shot a moment ago. It's a system that worked so well for Spurs last season. Ardiles now will take the throw. Paul Allen goes into the box. Miscue there by Richardson, and it needed Tony Adams to put it behind amongst the Arsenal supporters for the Tottenham corner. And the Arsenal supporters helping their side cling to their lead by refusing to release the ball. So Chris Waddle can have a chat with the linesman. Waddle then with the corner for Tottenham. Ardiles, a short one. And another corner. Well, that never looked likely to happen. There's so little space for Ardiles, and both Richardson and Sanson close at hand, but now Waddle trying perhaps a more orthodox corner. Curled in there towards Lukic. And another one. Waddle again. Another good curler. And eluding Lukic, but also going across. He must have just got another touch. Williams is there protesting to the referee. But it's another corner for Tottenham. So Lukic under fire at the moment, as he's rarely been in this game, except for the first minute of it. Ardiles with this corner. And Lukic safely gathering that one. Well, Klassen's taken it out of his hands, but it'll come to nothing. The flag was up, the whistle had gone. The Belgian was halted in his tracks.
It's an old Belgian trick, that.
And sometimes it works, but not today.
Actually, Ardiles has pushed right up for Tottenham, and he's playing up alongside Klassen, you know, just dropping back as play develops.
Yes, his goal-scoring record is not brilliant, though. He hasn't scored this season and didn't score last. But here's Klassen. And they get another corner. There are just those first faint stirrings that Spurs might yet pull this game round. They're 2-1 down. There are 16 minutes left. And a substitution is now going to be made. Clive Allen is coming on, and Steve Hodge goes off. So the man with the amazing goal-scoring record, 134 to 42 games. Comes on for Tottenham. And almost, well, could easily and maybe should have had a goal with his very first touch.
Almost on the cards, that, wasn't it? Coming on at a corner kick, Clive with his instinct for goals.
If you just joined us, 2-1 to Arsenal here at White Hart Lane. And let me just repeat again, if you're expecting to see a slow motion of that we have no slow motion today because of an industrial dispute. We apologise for that. Free kick. Samways. And again it's Samways. Ardiles. Stopped that time by ROCASTLE. Samways. ROCASTLE. Battling away for that ball, those two youngsters, and it goes Tottenham's way. ROCASTLE only 20, Samways only 18. And the 35-year-old with the free kick. Mitchell Thomas. Turning ROCASTLE well, gets a good challenging cross in, and Lukic up there ahead of Clive Allen. He's got a good scoring record against Arsenal, 3 in the 5 games that Spurs and Arsenal played last season in League and Cup. Kenny Sansom picking up Paul Davis. Kevin Richardson on the far side. Interesting cross coming in there towards Martin Hayes, but Mitchell Thomas now for Tottenham. Williams. Adams. Sansom. And a free kick to Arsenal. Williams with it, little floater in there, and well, that absolutely caught Spurs napping, and Hayes was able to get in there ahead of any of those Tottenham defenders, but really couldn't make a positive contact. Samways now for Tottenham. Now Thomas. Good ball there, played by Paul Allen now for Chris Waddle. Allen's onside, Lukic is alive to it. No, he's not onside. The flag was up. Klassen directing a few choice Flemish words at the linesman. And Ardiles, presumably for arguing, gets the yellow card. Because he does like a chat with the referee, and sometimes you can push your luck a little too far. Smith versus Mabbott. Mabbott caught a little off balance. Mitchell Thomas also. Samways, the flag is up for this. An offence there and a free kick to Tottenham. Samways. Allen. Stevens. Waddle. Clive Allen on this side. Waddle seeks him and finds him. But ROCASTLE again done a really good job back there for Arsenal this afternoon, and of course scored that vital first goal for them. Arsenal leading 2-1 with about 12 minutes left, and a free kick given Arsenal's way. I get the impression he didn't agree with that, Ian.
Well, the crowd don't agree with it either. Not a popular decision. I thought it was a fine tackle, fair tackle.
Leary towards Smith. Sanson somehow winkled that under the legs of Chris Waddle and got it into the centre there as Samways finds Ardiles. Here comes Spurs. Down goes Ardiles. On goes the game. And here's Martin Hayes. Kept in play. Quick throw out by Parks for Samways. 10 minutes left. Thomas. Sanson. Picked by Lukic. And it's Waddle. Sanson towards Smith. Throw not taken from the right place. The referee, meticulous as ever, makes sure that it is, and of course it means that the throw goes the other way. And also now the linesman and referee, as you can see, engaged in a conversation, and it could well mean trouble for somebody who may have said something out of place. Going to either Steve Williams or Clive Allen. He's already had words with Clive Allen about something. Oh, it was probably Clive Allen kicking the ball away. It might well have been Clive Allen kicking the ball away after the throw had been given the other way, and the linesman made quite a deal of it. The referee felt that just a word with Clive Allen would be enough.
Storm in a teacup, Brian. Why don't they just get on with the game?
ROCASTLE getting in behind them. Played in for Smith! Against the crossbar and behind. Well, Spurs were sleeping again then in defence. I couldn't believe the amount of space they allowed ROCASTLE in behind them, and the lack of cover there was when the ball came into Alan Smith.
Well, I think they were having a little kip there, weren't they? Because they all stood still. ROCASTLE was the only player moving. Got to the byline, a glorious ball back, really, and Smith had to score there with that one.
Davis, a bit optimistic about scoring with that one.
I mean, Smith won't get an easier chance all season, will he? I mean, he's 6 yards out, the ball rolled back to him, and he hit the top of the crossbar.
Parks with the kick. A little over 6 minutes left. Spurs a goal down. But in possession now with Clive Allen. Don't know whether Ardiles will get to that one. Thomas is making no chances. Hits it amongst the Arsenal fans behind that goal. And Spurs get a corner. Taken quickly by Ardiles. It's with Samways. Ardiles back heels. Put Arsenal on the wrong foot, and Samways too. ROCASTLE battling away and winning. It's only as far as Mitchell Thomas. Played in for Ardiles. And now a lovely ball now for Mabbutt. Can this be the equaliser? Flag up. No goal. Flag was up. No goal.
without the benefit of replays, Brian, I cannot see how he was offside, because the ball was played by Ardiles, and he looked to me to be a good yard or so, and I think the linesman's given someone else offside. And that's infuriating for the attacking team, because, you know, Mabbutt ran into the position from onside, lovely little ball, scores a goal, turns around, and the linesman's going to flag up against somebody else.
So it remains at 2-1 for Arsenal. And he took it so well, didn't he?
Super goal.
So 2-1 to Arsenal it remains. And Stevens backpedals and finds Tony Parks. And Spurs have to do it all again with 5 minutes left. Touch on by Clive Allen. Michael Thomas. Samways. Clive Allen, Paul Davis. Waddle. I got for an offside, and that time Spurs can complain to the linesman there, but there was no doubt in my mind that Clive Allen was in an offside position in the centre of the field. This time somebody has complained too much, too long, and the linesman is offended by it, and Chris Waddle's name will go into the book, and it'll be another yellow card.
I mean, there were certainly 2 Tottenham players offside in that incident there, but it's just the whole thing is building up, Brian, because the Tottenham field have had the wrong end of the stick with the refereeing and linesman decisions right throughout the game.
Start again now. Well, we're a little over 3 minutes left. Nice little touch on by Smith. Can Hayes get in there? Can Fairclough hold him off? It's through with Tony Parks. And the throw is here on the left-hand side. There's a bit of space for Tottenham. It's with Samways. The long ball forward. Clive Allen off in chase. A fruitless one because Lukic is there. Fairclough's header. Touch by Clive Allen for Waddle. Samways, Gary Stevens, Samways again, an offside flag again. Arsenal play it to the point of infuriation, but at the same time it's proving very effective. It's catching Spurs every time. Spurs fans are having chanted boring Arsenal. It's same old Arsenal now, but what is same old Arsenal is that they came here and won last season, and they're winning here again today. Mabbutt. Samways, Ardiles. Page through for Paul Allen. Just caught the heels of Michael Thomas. That was tough luck for Tottenham, but Arsenal now caught offside. Ironic cheers amongst the Spurs fans for that. Bottle. ROCASTLE. Klassen after this one, but O'Leary poised beneath it. Oh, a missed kick there by Michael Thomas. But Sanson is there. And make it the last minute of the game now. Can Klassen get there before Paul Davis? Can he still? He falls to the ground as though poleaxed. but the referee just backpedals away, and there's no reward for Klaassen or for Tottenham. Martin Hayes. And a free kick for the foul by Fairclough. Again, not happy with it, but it's a free kick for Arsenal. And Steve Williams won't hurry to get it either. But you could argue, why should he? Arsenal 2-1 ahead. We're now into time added on for stoppages. There can't be a lot of that. I recall a trainer coming on. Throw to Arsenal. So Spurs' record of winning their last 14 at home looks doomed. Arsenal winning outright their last 7 looks as though it might well be stretched to 8. All Spurs want to do now is to get this ball forward quickly. It's with Samways. Martin Hayes, but it's Arsenal in possession. Casual little pass again by Williams, picking up Michael Thomas. Alan Smith on the far side, beaten in the air by Gary Stevens. In the 2nd minute of injury time now, and a free kick to Tottenham. They'll look for Tony Parks to thump it forward. And they're not disappointed. Quick word, Ian.
Well, it's the second half actually bubbled up, didn't it? You know, the last sort of quarter of it, with Tottenham coming back into the game. I do feel if Clive Allen had played from the beginning, I think Tottenham would have been a stronger side. I think that was a mistake they made today. But all credit to Arsenal, the better team, and Kenny Sansom. I wouldn't like to preempt Liam Brady's Man of the Match award, but I think Kenny Sansom has played today with an authority and a maturity of a seasoned international player.
Referees check with both linesmen now. Ardiles trying to turn O'Leary, the final whistle, and Arsenal have won the 101st North London derby by 2-1 after that exhilarating start where we had 3 goals in the opening 14 minutes. With Klaassen having put Spurs ahead, ROCASTLE and Thomas having struck back so well for Arsenal. A good all-round performance there by Arsenal, with Spurs below their best. You'll get the views of the former Arsenal star, of course, now with West Ham, Liam Brady in a moment, with Elton Willsby. Final score then here at White Hart Lane, it's Spurs 1, Arsenal 2.